much for watching, and I am going to answer a really big question that I've been getting from several people the past couple of weeks, and that is how, well, not how, but if I can, or if they can, or if you can communicate. What's wrong with me? Communicate. By the way, my videos are completely unscripted, so I just say whatever comes to mind, and that's why I act a little wacky sometimes. I'd rather do that than just edit, have something I say. No, I don't think so. It's just whatever comes. Obviously, I prepare for it, but anyway, so I've had a couple people, well, several people ask me about spirit communication, if they can communicate with other ones from the other side, and absolutely heck yes, I can do that for you guys. And that is actually done under a hypnotic state or a deep meditative state, which is the same exact thing. And this actually helps so much if you have any grief that you're carrying within you, if you need to forgive yourself for something that you wish you could have done before your loved one passed away, or if you're kind of curious as well, if not if, but if you want to like communicate with them and you just want to experience what it is to communicate, absolutely, I can totally do that for you guys. That is actually one of the things that I like the most as well, because it's like you get a first-hand experience of talking to somebody from the other side. So that is amazing, and I think it's so freaking awesome. And not only awesome, but it's like incredibly healing. And I can relate to this because for a really long time, my grandmother passed away when I was 15, and I carried this grief and this guilt. You know, if you're somebody who carries guilt, this is going to be so enlightening for you. I mean, this is going to change your world, or at least it's going to give you some answers. And I carried this grief that I wasn't a good daughter, which in a way I wasn't. I mean, I was a brat when I was little to my grandmother, but as she got older, I was able to like appreciate her more. And when she passed away, I was in complete shock. I mean, she passed away the best way possible, but I was in complete shock, and I just felt so horrible because I didn't get to say goodbye, and I didn't get to tell her how much I loved her. I didn't get to tell her sorry. You know, I carried this guilt from childhood, and I carried it for many years. And I think that a lot of us, we do that. I mean, when I work with my clients, there's a certain pattern that I always see, and that is the pattern of guilt. That is the pattern of guilt and the lack of forgiveness of the self. And we end up making these really crappy decisions in our life that gets us into trouble. And what better way to soothe your heart, to soothe your pain, by just being able to have that chance to say goodbye one last time. Because also what happens too is that when a loved one passes over to the other side, they come to your dreams and they say goodbye to you. And this is actually very normal, and it happens a lot. But, you know, there is still some grief. There is still some sort of pain. It's almost like, because we don't take that dream so seriously, right? I know that when my grandmother passed away, a couple of weeks later, she came into my dreams and I was able to say goodbye to her. But for me, that wasn't enough, because there is this certain disbelief that it's a dream. But the reality is that they really do visit you from the other side. Now, if you're still carrying this grief, if you're still carrying this certain pain, and many times when a client comes and sees me, they're carrying a certain pain and then we kind of start to dig into their past, and a lot of times it has to do with losing a loved one. I mean, I don't want to say 100% of the time, or I don't want to say, you know, like 80%, but probably like 50% of us have lost somebody that we cared for so much, and we didn't get to say goodbye to the proper way, and we're still holding on. We're holding on to this grief and this could have, and I should have, and I would have, and it's like, it's kind of tormenting, and it doesn't let us move forward. And so this is a really awesome opportunity for you to be able to contact and be able to soothe your heart. And a lot of times when they actually come through, they tell you that. They tell you, listen, you know, it's time to move on. It's okay, I'm doing fine, I love you. And it's such a beautiful experience to be able to see the person. And of course, you're not seeing them with your two physical eyes, but you have to understand that we are a soul inhabiting a body. So everything is done through consciousness, and this is what I do. I'm just a facilitator. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is that this is also based on belief, and the belief systems that you carry will also determine if you will be able to make contact. So if you don't believe in this, then it's going to be harder for you, because that means that there's other belief systems that you have to do healings on, and then you'll be able to make contact. Like, let's put it to you this way. Instead of taking one session, it'll take 2 or 3 sessions to be able to open up your consciousness and your heart and your psyche, for you to be able to contact that loved one that you're trying to soothe from. And so this is where that means that there's other stuff that you first have to kind of get out of the way, and then you'll be able to make contact. And I'm trying to be as transparent as I can with you guys, because I really love people, and I really want to help people, and I really believe in my work. But at the same time, you have to put in some work yourself. You have to get to the point that you have to say, well, you know, I really want my life to be better, and I've been really carrying this thing, and it's so deep inside of me, but every once in a while it comes up and it just makes me feel so crappy. And so this is where it's like ding 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 ding, you know, this is like a really good thing, because you're admitting this to yourself, and this is where healing can truly begin. So this is what I can do for people. I mean, I think it's freaking amazing, and you don't even have to contact a person. It could even be your pet. And this is also part of my spirit guide and angel guide connection. You can contact your angels, you can contact your spirit guides, and the thing is that you will be in such a beautiful and relaxed state that when this happens, it's not going to be like a huge surprise. It's not going to be like, oh my god, they're here. I mean, some people do get a little bit surprised, but they're overwhelmed with joy. They're not scared, they're not anything negative. Actually, this is all based on love. Anything of a higher vibration is a love vibration, and so these other beings and your loved ones on the other side, they're actually residing in the 4th, 5th, 6th dimension, and they are feeling a much higher sense of love than we are. They don't have egos anymore. We still have egos, which kind of keeps us in the 3rd dimension, that is planet Earth. And so when you're in this beautiful relaxed state that is hypnosis or induced deep meditation or deep relaxation, we're bypassing your ego. And if you want to know more information, just please watch my hypnosis series, The Truths and Myths. And basically we're bypassing the ego, and you are just completely detached from that. Your body, obviously you're still here, you're still kind of hearing me, but yet you are completely just in your own world and just in your consciousness. And now you're able to fly, basically. You're able to go to a lot of other areas. I've taken people to other dimensions as well, once their psyche opens up even more. So but basically I just really wanted to talk about this because I know this can help so many people. You know what it is, that you'll be able to contact that one person that you felt like you just didn't quite do enough for, or just get something out of your chest, or just to see their face one last time. And that is everything. That means so much. That brings so much healing and love to us. And when we wake up, we see the world so different. We know that we are infinite beings. And also, it also helps if you have a huge fear of death as well, because they tend to tell you, hey, listen, there's nothing to fear. One of the main reasons why people fear death is because of the pain. You know, it's going to be this painful process, or because there's like a hell. Listen, it's completely different in the afterlife, and I don't want to talk too much about that right now. If anything, I want you to experience it once you decide to take the step and maybe try it for yourself. And yes, I just want to give you guys this little message of hope and this message of spirituality and wisdom, because it is possible. And I know that when I got spiritually enlightened or awakened, I healed a lot of aspects of myself, because I was able to understand that, oh my God, you know, my grandmother loves me, and you know, she understands me and she's with me. And I was able to really understand that they are always with you, and it brought so much healing. It's a little bit hard to explain because I feel it, but it's just like I was really able to just get it out of my chest, and really able to like forgive myself for not being so emotionally advanced or in touch with myself, and just knowing that, you know, she's okay and that I'm okay, because I'm a human being and I'm gonna make mistakes. And you know, I may have taken her for granted, but at the end of the day I still loved her. And so I know that sometimes we tell this to ourselves in a conscious way, but it's not enough. It's really not enough. And for me, it was enough in the sense that I became awakened. So you guys can understand that I became awakened to like spirits and spirit guides and other realities and vibration, and just really understanding that there's no such thing as negative space, that there's always stuff going on in between. And I became more awakened into my own gifts and understanding that I feel spirits all the time, and they're with me and they touch me and they talk to me. And so, but that brought my soothing. But not everybody has, you know, the awakening that I had. And not everybody's even interested in having this huge awakening that I did. But I know that for a fact we are all interested into forgiving and loving ourselves even more. And I know that there's some people out there that they're like, no, I don't want to forgive. There's no point of forgiving. At the end of the day, you really do want to forgive, and your ego is the one that is really holding you back. So, you know, just take this as a clue, take this as a chance, you know, to really kind of open up your heart, because when you don't forgive, that means that you can't love. And at the end of the day, we all want love. Everybody wants freaking love, guys, okay? So if you're really trying to move on with your life, if you really even want to find that love for yourself, that beautiful and infinite love for yourself, then this is really probably going to help you so incredibly much. If you want to judge people a lot less than how you are right now, if you want to just be more loving and open and forgiving and just understand yourself and understand the world, then maybe you should give this a chance. Whether it is contacting somebody from the other side, or contacting your angels or your spirit guides, it's really possible to do so. it's possible to have a lot of your questions answered, if not all your questions answered, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. And so to have this opportunity to be able to get so many things out of my chest, get so many questions answered, that means the world to me. And so I'm just gonna leave this with you like that, and I hope you get something out of it. And you're more than welcome to share my video, to like it, send me a comment, or send me an email, whatever you like, guys. And this truly comes from the heart. I love you all. Mwah. And I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.